Alright, y'all. It's morning time. And, well, first, comment, like, and subscribe to the Bundic Empire. Um, this is my second vlog, I believe. I don't really know. Can't remember. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. Uh, family things have been going on, so I had to get that straightened out. But, I'm back as of right now. I don't know if I'm back for good or not, but I'm back. Um, yeah, so, like, comment, and subscribe. I still need a good prank to do with my brother. Haven't really figured that out yet. But gotta do errands. So you guys are going with me to do errands. But I want to tell you guys a story about this girl that I was best friends with. And first, let me say it's good to be friends before you start a relationship with anybody, any significant other that you decide to pursue or have interest in. It's always good to uh, become friends, find out what they like, their hobbies, vice versa. They do the same thing with you, and um, find out what makes each other mad or whatever. Blah blah blah. So I was best friends with this girl. We're gonna call her Logan because actually her last name is Logan. So I was best friends with her for a long time, and I became friends with her, I want to say, my freshman, sophomore year in college. Um, and, like, anytime you saw me, you saw her, vice versa, you saw her, you saw me. That's pretty much it. And it was so much that you saw me and her together, it was to the point that people started thinking that we were dating. And in reality, we wasn't. We were just best friends. And um, we would hang out in college after class, before class. Some classes we had together. Um, we hung out after school. I would go to her house. She would come to mine. Uh, just best friend stuff. And one day, like, I took an interest into her. Like, I want to pursue uh, actual relationship with her. And I was like, at first I wasn't going to do it. But then I was like, no, just let me do it to see what happens. You never know. Uh, what's the worst that could happen? You say no. Say no, just move it on. Um, but I pursued, and she didn't really give me an answer. So I was like, okay. I mean, didn't give an answer. I guess she was thinking about it, I guess. I don't know. But, so weeks went by, months went by. Mind you, we're still hanging out, still going to movies or whatever stuff best friends do. And she stayed at my house a couple times, stayed at her house a couple times, and mind you, this is a female, okay, and I'm a male. So therefore, uh, when a guy or girl takes interest in the opposite sex, there's going to be feelings attached. So, mind you, she's my best friend, but deep down there were actually feelings attached to her because she pretty much knew all my secrets. I mean, I don't have that much, but she knew all. If you come out, I am going to hit your car, and I'm going to get money. Well, no, actually, I don't want that car. I'm driving, you guys, so as you can see. But yeah, I took an interest in her, and it kind of got weird at one point because I like disappear. I went ghost. Like, I did my classes, but then as soon as class was over, I went straight. I left it. I left college after that. Like I left the building, and she would text and call. I wouldn't answer because I was like, I felt weird about it because she's my best friend, and then uh, yeah, I just felt weird. So then one day she actually came to my house and told me to get in her car and she wanted to talk. I was like, all right, cool. So then we ended up talking, and she was like, why did I go ghost? And I was like, well, because we're best friends and I took an interest in you and I want to actually pursue a relationship with you, but I don't want to mess up our friendship either. Because, you can date somebody and then mess up a relationship and mess up a friendship, and then you both are just screwed. But because our friendship was so solid, I don't want to mess that up. So then she's like, you're not going to mess anything up. If we date, we date. We don't, we don't. We're still good at the end of the day. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, well, I got my answer. But, so fast forward to a couple of, I said it was freshman, sophomore year, so my junior year in college. We started hanging out a lot more than normal. Uh, More on the types of relationship wise, like going out to eat, a lot of date nights, a lot of cuddling and all that stuff that relationships do. So one day, uh, before I get into that part, I want to say that make sure if you want to pursue your best friend of the opposite sex, make sure it's what you really want to do. Because in the end, you end up like me. We're not best friends anymore. We don't even talk. I haven't talked to her in 4 years. So mind you, this happened 4 years ago. And I wish you would hit my car. Please do. Please hit it. I want you to hit it. Because I will have some money. Anyway, I hate when people drive on my car like that. Should slammed on the brakes, got some money. Don't be like me, you guys have road rage. Um, but back to the story. Uh, what was I saying? Yes, make sure if you want to pursue it, make sure you do. Make sure it's the right move. Make sure you guys both agree on it because you end up like me. Like I said earlier, we don't talk anymore. We haven't talked in 4 years, and I mean it's just where it's at. I don't have no problem with her. I love her to death, but it's just when you pursue something or someone of the opposite sex and you just put your now see one thing about me when I love hard. That's just me, period. Like I love you to death. I don't care if you don't like me, you hate me. Uh, People halfway want to kill me. I don't care. I still love you regardless, because that's just who I am. I'm a loving person. I'll give you my last. If I need it and I know you need it, I'm going to give it to you, and I'll go without to make sure you're okay. That's just how I am. And there were times that I did go without to help her out. But the main thing that happened is I lost a lot of time. Now you can waste. Actually, no, you can't. You can't waste my money because I'd be pissed off. Then for real. Uh, One thing you don't play with me is my family. So that's my mom, my brother, my best friends, my niece, my nephews, my daughter. Um, family. My money and my time. Now, My mom loved her. Her and my mom had an instant connection from the first time they met. How it happened, I don't know. But um, at some point, I want you to go. Thank you. Um, yeah, it was just I felt as though even though I didn't get a correct answer, like an actual flat out yes or no, it was just pretty much like we'll see and we'll just flow with it, which was fine with me. Because, like I said, I didn't want to mess up the relationship. But at the same time, it was like I was putting all my effort and love into something that wasn't really, that was portrayed as something else. Let me put it that way. I was portraying as though, in my eyes, it was looking like we were in a relationship, but in her eyes, we were just talking. I guess you want to put it that way. I need a haircut. Yeah, it was just I put a lot of time in to the point where I was putting so much time in, I got emotionally attached to her. And when I got emotionally attached to her, it was just like every time I saw her talk to another dude at college, I would instantly get mad. Mind you, we weren't even together, but I would just instantly get mad because, like I said, I portrayed it as we were together. In reality, we wasn't. So, like, I was really emotionally attached to her because, like I said, I love hard. And with my cousin Maji, hey Maj, love you. Um, she, I tell her everything. So I explained to her the situation, and she's like, sometimes you have to remove yourself from a person. Not saying that they're because they're toxic, because she wasn't really toxic at that time. Uh, but we're gonna get to the toxic part. Um, it's just that because I was so emotionally attached to her, like I wasn't myself. Like how uh, I'm very optimistic and I see the brightest things or sides, brighter side of things, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. But yeah, I wasn't myself. I was just like a zombie, if you want to say. Like I would come home from college, take a nap, go to work for the rest of the night, come back home, go to sleep, uh, go back to school, to class the next day, do it all over again. And it was just to the point where it was just routine. And I just go in my room and just look at the ceiling. Yeah, it was a bad time in my life, okay? But it was, that part was just bad. And Maj was like that you have to remove yourself because had I kept going, then I would have fell into depression and all of that, which I have been depressed before. When I first started high school, I got picked on because of my weight and all of that. I'm still a big dude. I love myself. So, you don't love me? Oh well, I still love you. Uh, love every pound, every curve, everything of me. So, that's why I want to say for anything, love yourself before you start to love someone else. Because at the time I was loving myself, but I wasn't fully loving myself for who I am. And the way I looked, I wasn't fully like I would love myself like, oh man, I love you. Like, oh, I love me too. But I will always have that feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't look like this dude. I don't look like that dude. I don't have a six pack, all of that. And most of the time, yeah, most people date others for looks, but I'm old school, so I date women for their personality, stuff like that. Like that's how I was raised by my grandfather and my mom and my grandparents. Like he raised me to be the man that I am today, and that is to love yourself and to don't judge because I feel like I'm getting sick. Uh, don't judge people by what they look like because you don't never know why they look like that way or what they went through in the earlier part of their life. So back to the story of me and Logan, I was emotionally attached and I almost fell into depression until Maji like she gripped me or she yoked me and she like snapped out of it like so then I was like, all right, cool. So I died down. I fell back a little bit. So then she calls and texts like, "Where you been? Haven't heard from you." Blah blah blah. So we meet up, and it was another girl that I was interested in, and we're gonna call her name Kay. So Kay came in the picture when I started working at uh, a retail store down the road from my house. And I was there for 2 years. And I was working there with Kay. Mind you, me and Kay started to form a friendship, and we were becoming best friends. So the more I hung with Kay, the less I was hanging with Logan. So um, it was, I would say, better with Kay than Logan because, oh, I'm going. I don't know. With Kay, it was more understanding and she helped me more with different. Oh, I'm turning this way. I'm going the back way. She helped me. De- I don't know how to put it. Develop more uh, understanding and analyze everything that's going on in my life. Let's put it that way. Um, so we're working together day and night, open to close. Me and Kay's working nonstop. So then, Kay's Kay is gorgeous. She's beautiful. So the more I started working with her, the more I started catching feelings for her. So then I was like, dang, mine, really? Dude, really? We're doing this again? So I was like, you know what, screw it, we'll just go for it. So then I actually went to her and told her, I was like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. I feel such and such about you. I understand if you don't feel the same way. I just had to tell you, get it off my chest because I'm gonna blow up if I don't tell you. So she was like, she understood and she thanked me, and she was like, uh, I was cute and all that, but she didn't want to pursue it because she had just broke up with somebody. Now I didn't know that information, so uh, she we just remained best friends, and uh, yeah, till this day we talk all that. Like I love Kate to death. She helps me, I help her. She currently doesn't live in the state of Delaware anymore. Uh, she's moved to Georgia for school. So, okay, I miss you, love you, but um, yeah, it's just when you pursue someone, you gotta make the right call. With Logan, I didn't make the right call, and I'm a man enough to admit that that was a bad judgment call. And yeah, I started to begin the part. I did like her for her looks, because she's that caramel type color, and she has curves and all that. But that quickly went away once I started to actually get to know her. That's why I say it's always good to start off as friends before you actually just say, "Hey, I like you. You like me. Let's go out." It's not gonna work that way. I mean, it can, but I don't think it's gonna work that way because uh, you guys don't have a foundation, and I had a foundation for years with Logan. So it was an incident with Kay and Logan and me where Logan had said I was with Kay one weekend and we just hung out, had fun. And Logan was like, I've been texting you all weekend and all that, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, where have you been and all that? I was like, well, I was with Kay. And she was like, I was like, what is that for? She was like, I don't know, just don't talk to her. I was like, okay. I don't know what that had to do with me, but because you don't like some person or somebody doesn't mean I have to stop liking them because I'm friends with you. That's not how I do. Like, if you have a problem with somebody that I'm friends with, I'm not going to stop being their friend because you're my friend. I mean, that's petty and dumb. It's childish. But she felt as though I should have stopped talking to her because she wasn't friends with her and she didn't like her. Mind you, Kay and Logan didn't like each other at all. So that's why I talked to them separately. You gotta play stuff smart. And I had told Kay about it. Now that's a bad call that I did make. I shouldn't have told Kay because it started up a whole drama thing. So told Kay and Kay called uh, Logan and they got arguing and uh, it was just bad. So then Logan tells me to don't call or text her again. I was like, all right, cool. So I start to talk with Kay and hang out more and more with her and all that. So then out of nowhere, fast forward to about senior year in college. Is it senior year? Or is it after college? No, fast forward after college and I get a text from Logan and it says, I'm outside your house. Come outside. I was like, okay. I was like, who is this? And she like, come outside and you'll see. So I go outside and I see who it is and it's her. So I get in the car. I was like, what? So she explains to me how she was hurt, how I went back and told Kay what she said, blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, I'm sorry. That was my best friend at the time. And I was like, we weren't talking. So I was defending my best friend. So then after that, uh, it was just, I fell back from everybody. Like, I was done with college anyway, so I just went to work and just stayed home. Just worked at home. That was it. So then I had what did I do after that? It was just I fell hard. Like it was a lesson that I had to learn. And my cousin kept telling me like, "You're gonna mess up. It's gonna be okay." Blah blah blah. I was like, me being me, I was like, no, I'm not. I got this under control. So I didn't have it under control. It was terrible. So I ended up texting Logan after Kay had left. Kay left, I think about 3 years ago. My math is a little bit off. It's morning time. Give me a break. Um, I'm not good at math unless somebody owed me some money. Um, so it was about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3.5, something like that. Um, I get the right calculations at a later date, but yeah, it was just a learning lesson, and when I finally reached Logan after Kay had left. I know it seems like the story is everywhere, but I'm just going by what I remember right now. So I'm going forward and backward. So it'll come together at the end. Um, so I had reached out to Logan after Kay had left, and I went to Logan's house, and mind you, we weren't talking for months. It was like 6, 7 months we haven't talked. No text, no FaceTime, no nothing. So I went to her house after 6, 7 months of not talking, no contact at all. And she's on FaceTime with some dude or whatever, I don't know. And she tells me how she was hurt, like she still had a grudge against me because of everything that played out, she felt as though I chose Kay over her, which in reality I didn't. I just felt back because of, well, I really don't know why I felt bad. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Felt back because it was a lot of drama stuff starting to happen with Logan. And see, I don't do drama. I don't do drama at all. So, um, she was like, you fell back and you hurt me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, I'm sorry. Like, we actually talked for a while. And we actually was crying and all that. And, it was, I guess it was a good healing session, if that's what you want to call it. I need this truck to move so I can go. So then we get back on a good foot, and like a month or two passed by. We stay in contact, but not like how we were when we first were best friends. So we stay in contact though, and I go to her house one Saturday after I get off, and she's on the phone with her male friend. I found out it's her boyfriend. So he's popping off at the mouth, blah blah blah. Like, why are you? Mind you, her mom just passed after uh, that week. I went to her house the second time. Not the first time, not the healing session, but the second time I went to her house. Her mom had just passed that Thursday, and I went that Saturday to her house. So, me being me, yeah, we had our differences, but uh, I put that aside and went to go check on you because your mom passed, and I would want somebody to come check on me if my mom passed. So, I mean, that's just who I am. If you're hurting, I'm going to see you through your hurt and make sure you're good and okay. I mean, it's your mom. Everybody loves your mom. Everybody's going to need their mom. And although everybody's mom is going to die at some point, she needed somebody there. So I went and to give my condolences and stuff, and her little boy, I call him little boy because I'm 27. Let's put that out there. I'm 27, about to be 28 in December. If the Lord delay His coming to spare my life, I'm about to be 28 in December. At the time, I was, what was I? 27, about 25, 24, 25, 24, 25, 24, 25 ish, around that age. Still, I was older than the dude. The dude was 1920. So I had like 5, 6 years on him. Yeah, about 4, 5, 6 years on him. So like at that time, I was ready to fight. Like you pop off at the mouth, I can pop off at the mouth. But what I'm not going to do is keep going back and forth with you on the phone. That's what's not going to happen. Either you gonna come meet me where I'm at, or you gonna shut up. That's just how I see it. Because I don't have time for phone gangsters. I don't do that. You tell me where to meet you at, the address and what time, and we gonna scrap it out. Whoever wins wins. Whoever loses loses, and we gonna take our L and move it on. That's just how I am. But yeah, he was popping off at the mouth. Uh, Called me all types of names and stuff. Uh, I don't back down, so I was gonna argue back with you. But what really got under his skin was when I said, "Is the baby mad because a real man is here to check on his girl?" After I said that, he went bananas. Like every other word was F bomb, S, all that. He went ballistic. Like he was just mad. So mind you, I had her phone in my hand. So I hung up. And then he calls back FaceTime and I look at him like, yes, little boy. And he just goes off. So I hang up again and I turn the phone off. So then he calls again after on her other phone. So she grabs that phone and starts to, I was like, put it on speaker. And she puts it on speaker, Logan puts it on speaker, and he's just going off. And I'm in the background laughing because I think it's hilarious. You have all this mouth, but you saw me the week before when you had all that problem with me and you didn't say anything or do anything. So I just find it funny. Uh, so then um, he starts going off at the mouth, and I'm laughing. But as soon as he says something that, this is my thing. When I tell you something in uh, confidence, if I confide in you about certain things that have happened in my life or certain things that I feel, or like, how should I put it? Yeah, if I confide in you about certain things, certain issues, or certain secrets, that should stay between me and you. That's just point blank, period. If I tell you a secret, for example, if I tell you that I killed somebody, I didn't kill nobody, so let me put that out there. I ain't killed nobody. Have I wanted to? Certain people, yeah, you get close. Your mouth is just too much. I don't take too much mouth from people. But I ain't killed nobody, so let me put that out there. Let's just say if I did that and I tell you that in confidence, that should stay between me and you. You shouldn't tell your aunt, your uncle, your boyfriend, all that, because that's the secret that I kept for so long, and you wouldn't go tell everybody else. So that's how I am. If I tell you something in confidence or confide in you about something or secrets, you should keep that between me and you. It shouldn't go no further than that. So then he started saying certain things that I've told Logan, and she's repeated it to him. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I know this heifer is not telling him my business. So, and at that time, I was going through, like, I was going through with my family, going through with my job, going through it with different people in general. I was just going through general. So I was like, I know this girl's not telling him my business. Um, so then I was like, all right, bet. So then she's like, I'll call you back, blah blah blah. So then she looks at me. She's like, she just looks at me and is like, I was like, you know what? I gotta go. So then I left, and she texts me late that night, because I left her house and I went to church, and like I was heated on the way to church, like. all I saw was red. That's how pissed I was. Like I was real pissed. And I had to call my cousin Maji to calm me down. That didn't work. So then I get to church and then I'm supposed to do at church, and then I tell my brother-in-law, I tell him everything, and he's like, "Don't even sweat it. Let it go. Uh, there's better girls out there for you." Blah blah blah. Um, so I love my brother-in-law. Dom, love you, dude. I told my sister Misha, which is married to Dom, who is my brother-in-law. Love you, Misha. She told me the same thing. Don't worry about it. If she's telling him my business, then what else is she telling him? That is deeper stuff. Because mind you, me and Logan talked about everything. We told everything about our lives. So if she just told him the little bit of stuff, what else did she say? And if my sister Misha brought that to my attention, I was like, you know what? You're right. So then I was like, I'm gonna just let it be. So then I get a text late that night, around like 12:30, 1 in the morning, and she's like, "Hey, can you come over tomorrow when I get off, and so we could talk?" I was like, "No, what for?" She was like, "I just really need to talk to you." Blah blah blah. I was like, "All right." So I get there to our house, and she's like, uh, we sit outside on her step, and then she's like, "I don't know what to say about last night. Um, I didn't think he was gonna say anything." And that's when it clicked in. Red flag. Didn't think he would say anything about what? For one, why are you telling my business? Two, what? No, one, what I tell you in confidence and confide in you about, that stays between us. Two, why are you telling my business out to the streets? Three, I don't know this little boy from a can of paint. So the fact that you told him just makes me wonder who else did you tell my business to? And she has told my business to other people. She just doesn't know that I know. To this day, she still doesn't know. So I had we talked, and she was like, "I'm sorry about everything." Never said sorry about telling my business to him. Um, she's like, "I'm sorry for what he said. I'm sorry for uh all that," and it was just a lot that day. So I was like, you know what? Me being me, I was gonna. I was pissed, still pissed from the night before. Like I ain't get no sleep at all that night, cause that's how pissed I was. So I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. You y'all do what y'all do. That's how I see it. Y'all do what y'all do. And oh my God, hurry up! Don't take that long to walk across the freaking road. Uh, I was like, y'all do what y'all do, and just leave me be, cause I ain't got time for y'all. So she like, so that means we're done being friends. I was like, at this point, I don't know, because he knows too much of my business, too much. And she's like, well, I only said certain stuff. You shouldn't have said nothing. That's all. You shouldn't have said nothing of my business. Two, you shouldn't have said anything to him about my personal life. Now, if it's something that I feel like I don't care if you tell him, then yeah, I'll let you know. But until then, everything that I told you and confided in you was personal business, personal stuff like my grandmom and all that, personal stuff, personal information. So there's a lot more to this story, but as you can see, I'm at my destination. So part two will be coming I don't know if it'll come today, but it'll be coming soon. So give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Comment down if you feel like I should what the hell are you doing? Comment down if you feel like I should reach out to her. Because my cousin Maji said I should reach out to her. So, yeah. Just comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright.